Okay, so, oh yeah, sex being harder
For
men.
guys.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's why I stick to anal sex.
Okay, so moving on. Let me see if I got any super chats here. So, no, not yet. By the way, guys, if you want, get your super chats in. And I think we got, let me see. Hold on, guys, one sec. Yeah, I think we're good on super chats. So, I want to ask you guys, is slut shaming wrong? More specifically, shaming, because I mean, slut, that term can have a couple different connotations. Shaming people for being promiscuous or having a high body count. Is it wrong?
It depends. Is my answer.
On what?
Like, it's no problem somebody has a high body count, but like, say for instance, you know somebody has a high body count, and then you have a conversation with them, and like, say it's about STDs or things like that, and they're like completely unknowledgeable, have no idea what they're talking about in that realm. It's like, you can't have a high body count and then be reckless and not even know what you're doing, you know? That's a little crazy. But as long as you do your research and you know how to be safe, you're getting tested, checked, all the stuff.
Yeah. I guess, actually, I'm just going to reframe it. Well, I guess you guys, we'll go around really quick if you guys want to answer the initial question.
Yeah, I think slut shaming's wrong. I mean, someone can love sex and just, you know, it's their life, their body, their choice. They could do whatever they want with it. It's none of my concern, and it shouldn't be anyone else's concern except for theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as long as they're safe and like they're okay, then it's fine. Yeah.
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I really think it does depend, like, because some people just have personal issues going on that, like, doing that just makes them feel better. But it's also about, like, being safe. If they're, like what she said, they're just going around and they don't get tested or anything. And some people just don't even use safety. So they're putting other people at risk to those diseases. So, like, I just think it does depend.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's wrong, but I think, like, it's, like, hard. Like, a lot of people are, like, they just, like, go to that. Like, oh, like, even, like, if, like, a guy doesn't want to, like, get with you or something, they'll be like, oh, well, he, like, is so ran through or something. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. I think it's just, like, a thing for, like, your own, like, insecurity or, like, confidence. Like, you just backtrack to that. Like, yeah, like, she's a thought, so, like, doesn't matter, she doesn't want me. I mean, it's wrong, definitely, but I feel like there's, like, definitely, like, more layers to it.
Sure. Esther?
I think shame is just incorrect. Like, why would you shame someone for
Well,
something?
certainly I'm sure we can think of certain things we could shame people for.
No, in this situation is all I'm referring
Sure.
to. Maybe educating someone if you find out that they don't use protection, I feel like would be more beneficial to both parties. Just kind of like, hey, do you know, maybe you should get checked as your friend, like I'm just telling you, or maybe you should use protection. But shaming is incorrect in this situation because you don't know where they were at or where they're at right now in their life.
Same as her opinion.
Repeat. So what?
What's the question? Sorry.
The what?
What was the question?
So the question is like, is slut shaming wrong? So more specifically, like we're talking about someone who's promiscuous or who's sleeping with a lot of people, has a high body count.
It depends. I don't really shame like the people has a lot of body count, but like I don't want to like maybe as a Japanese culture, I don't want to say anything about my body count or something. I just, if someone's like ask me like, hey, what's your body count? I'm not gonna say. It's a secret.
Sure. So do you guys think that should body count matter?
It depends, again. Like, for me personally, or in general, for, like, everybody, should it matter? Like, okay, for me personally, I don't care.
Let's say there's a guy.
Yeah.
Let's say men out there. I would say overwhelmingly men do care about it, but so should body count matter, or do you take issue if a man were to care about your body count or other people's body counts?
Yeah, if he found my body count an issue, I would just be like, you're weird, dude. I don't know.
Okay.
Especially because most guys I know they can multiply mine by 8 and you're stressed. That's a little crazy.
I mean, as long as you're clean, body count is just a social construct. Like, it's
Body
not-
count's a social construct.
Yeah, it's just like, doesn't matter.
I mean,
as long as you're clean.
Well, it is. I don't. As far as it being a social construct, it is the number of people with whom you've had sex with.
But I don't think it should be like a big deal.
Okay, so you would date a guy that slept with 100 women, or sorry, 100 women before you.
If he was clean and a good person, with
If
good
he was,
heart,
so you're number 101, no issue.
and I knew his intentions were good, no issue.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
I don't think it matters because, like, if you were dating someone and you guys had sex like 3 times a day, that's gonna add up to, like, if someone was having sex with, like, you know what I mean, like a different person every day.
So wait, you're saying that
Like,
the actual number of instances with which you've had sex is
yeah, like someone like doesn't want to be in a relationship but wants to have sex, obviously their body count is going to be higher than someone that's in a relationship and that's just having a lot of sex. If that makes sense. So, like, no, body counts don't matter to me.
okay.
I think it doesn't matter as well.
I personally do care about body counts because it's just like being with that many, like you said, 100. Like, me personally, I would get shocked because, like, how did you just like fuck that many people? Like, why?
He's a
like,
6'5" athlete.
That's what I was saying.
I mean,
How many do you think he was?
Actually, his body count was pretty low. Okay, let's
No,
not talk
that's
about
fine.
that.
No, but yeah.
But like, anyways, but I just care about it because I find it weird. Because if I have a low body count and then he has a high one, I would feel weird about it. I don't know why, but me personally, I wouldn't be with somebody who's in the double digits, like higher.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think at this age, it's like pretty rare, not rare, but a lot of people like have hooked up, and so they do have like higher body counts or could have higher body counts. That's just like nothing to shame. But like, of course, like it's still like, you know, like how did you get to that? Like, I don't know, it tells like a lot about a person. Like maybe like they came out of a relationship and they're like a fucking spree because like that's what makes them feel better. You can kind of like, you know, put yourself in their shoes and be like, okay, yeah, sure, I don't like mind that it's high because of that reason. But like if there's like some people and they're like literally like just constantly like having sex, like it's like, okay, this is like kind of a problem. Like, you know, like why do you like live like that?
Sure. Esther?
For me, at some point, I would just question, how does this person have this much time on their hands? Like, is this their, like, hobby? But if it wasn't, like, to that extent, I think I would just be okay with it.
For me, it's matter because if he has a like body count like 100 over 100, I cannot trust him. I don't know. It depends on the situation, like how he's being with the girls. But if he said like over 100, like I can't handle it. Like I cannot. Ew. I don't want to have sex with him. I don't know. Yeah.
I guess like your guys' answers, because like what the oldest out of you guys is 19 or you're all 18, 20. Yeah, I guess maybe me being 22, like, oh, these answers are just so cute because like these guys are just lying to you guys most of the time. I'm not saying that all of them aren't, but like especially in this area, any athlete in this area alone. I used to be an athletic training intern, if you know what that is, like the ATI. Yeah, most of these guys entering their freshman year were already like, they stopped counting in the 60s, 70s, and I would see them, even if you take home one different person a week, that's already 52 people a year, and these guys are taking home someone almost different every week, if not multiple times a week. So, and just because a guy says his body count is 10 or under doesn't mean it actually is. So no matter what someone says, you still want to make sure they're clean and check. They can have a body count of 2 and still have our own strain of chlamydia out here. So I don't know. You guys just sound so like what I would say when I was 18 coming in. So I just had to get that off my chest.
No, that's a good point. I mean, both men and women, I think, are going to lie about it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think you can expect people to be totally honest with their. You wanted to come in? Go ahead.
I also think like a big thing is that like for a lot of guys, like if you like haven't had sex, like you're still a virgin right now, like you're gonna get flamed for it. So like I know a lot of guys like that like just like lost their virginity just to lose it. Like it didn't mean anything, and like that's just like I don't know, because they want to put up a front that they like pull bitches. Like girls like don't necessarily like feel that way. They don't feel the need they have to like go all the way to sex to show that they like pull. But guys are kind of like different. Like if they are not like sealing the deal fully, it's just like are you like really legit?
Right. So it sounded like most of you said that body count shouldn't matter or doesn't matter. So my question is, if body count doesn't matter, what's your body count?
Mine's 12.
I will not disclose.
You won't disclose?
No.
Is it
Just in
more
case,
than
like-
50?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Less than 10?
Will not disclose. Just in case like employers find this.
Your employer, I get it, but like your employer's not.
They're not going to trip about
You're
it. That's your
someone you
private.
slept with.
That's your private. But you said it shouldn't matter, right? So
Yeah.
then be the change you want to see in the world.
Just
Next.
Okay. Alana?
5.
Okay.
Less than 5.
Less than 5? 4.5?
Less than 5.
Fair enough.
3.
yeah, I'm really not gonna say. I'm sorry. It's like I've had sex. That's all you need to know.
I thought it doesn't matter.
Am I the
though.
only one
Okay.
who doesn't care?
Yeah, I
No,
can't.
Okay.
I guess me
I don't want my mom
Esther?
to find this.
I won't disclose.
Disclose. Wow.
Multiply it by 3, and that's the real number.
Oh my
Okay.
God, no! I wouldn't have started with a way lower number if I was going to do that. No.
Okay.
I just don't see like, maybe because I said once again I'm older than you guys, basically out of college, 5th year, whatever. You just learn it's not really something, because you could say any number you want and people are still gonna be like, she could be lying. It could be higher. It could be less. It could be whatever. So, but
Yeah.
I just don't really give a fuck. I'm 22, about to be 23 years old. I've slept with 12 combined women and men. I really don't see anything concerning about that. But I don't know.
I think
Everyone's
that's
different.
probably, I don't know if that's, I mean, you have girlfriends, right? So you probably talk. And when I say girlfriends, just
Yeah.
like female friends.
I'm
Like, are you
lower.
about,
I'm kind of lower.
are you commensurate? Or, because I was going to say, at least for this area, I think you're,
No, I'm definitely
at 22,
lower.
you're a bit on the lower end.
Yeah, because I was in a relationship a good part of college. So like I've slept with 3 different people since like the pandemic started, since before pandemic. So it's
Sure.
like compared to my friends, especially my like bartending friends, downtown friends. Yeah, most of my girlfriends are like
Bruv.
almost near the
Bartenders?
hundreds already. So that's why
What?
like
Wait,
yeah.
hold on. How old are your friends?
Like almost a lot of my friends are closer to 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the 100 number doesn't surprise me because I know some women with 100 plus body counts.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew a 19-year-old chick, 100 plus body count. I mean, UCSB, Santa Barbara,
Yeah.
SBCC, Isla Vista. Freshman women can rack up in the first freshman quarter or semester or whatever it is, like
Yeah.
major numbers. So, yeah, that doesn't totally surprise me. So I just really curious though. So what would you say for your age range do you think is the average?
For women?
Yeah, because you said you're a bit low. So do you think it's
For
closer
my
to like
age
20, 30?
range, I would say, yeah, for my age, like to like 22, 25-year-olds are usually around like 30,
Yeah,
30, 40.
30, 40,
Like
for
most of my
sure.
friends are between
For
30,
sure.
40. Like when we like a lot of us sat down and wrote down every single name, the ones that they could remember, or like events, time, and places.
Yeah.
And they're all, yeah. My only friends who have lower body counts are the ones who never left their hometown.
Okay.